Just as Agile has core values that teams must adhere to, Scrum has its own set of pillars that act as a foundation for Scrum teams. I'll go through the 3 pillars of Scrum in this video. Let's start by looking at the theory behind Scrum so that we could learn the various methods and understand why they're effective. First, what is Scrum? The Scrum Guide defines Scrum as a framework for developing, delivering, and sustaining complex products. That means a team can use Scrum to create valuable products for their users, even when the environment or industry they're in is hard to predict and there are many risks. Scrum uses an iterative and incremental approach. Iterative refers to the fact that project processes are repeated. We discussed this a bit in the last module, but as a reminder, iterative means that the project works in time boxes or iterations. Incremental refers to the work being divided into smaller chunks that build on each other. The product is built over time through work done during each iteration. Each of these instances of the product is called an increment. Iterations and increments allow us to keep checking in on our progress throughout the life cycle of the project. This helps us become more predictable and manage the uncertainty in our project. Scrum is founded on a scientific theory called empiricism. This is a fancy word for a simple concept, that true knowledge comes from actual, lived experience. The Scrum founders emphasize that we shouldn't try to assume that things will go exactly as planned or try to predict the future in an uncertain world. Instead, if you're using Scrum, you're ensuring that each decision you make in your project is based on real experience and hard data. So each iteration and increment is understood as a mini experiment where we can learn really valuable things to help improve the project. Empiricism is built on 3 foundational pillars. Those pillars are transparency, inspection, and adaptation, and they're also the 3 pillars of Scrum. First, there's transparency. Transparency means that we make the most significant aspects of our work visible to those responsible for the outcome. Everyone must be transparent. This includes everyone from Scrum team members to senior sponsors, and even our users. It's easier to be transparent with a small team. And luckily, Scrum teams are deliberately small, ranging between 3 and 9 people. This way, you avoid mixed signals, breakdowns of communication, and unnecessary complications. Transparency inside a Scrum team is critical to the team's productivity and the project's completion. In terms of transparency outside of the team, being transparent with all stakeholders, including customers, sponsors, and management, builds a level of trust between everyone involved. Transparency also encourages more collaboration and fewer mistakes. The second pillar of Scrum is inspection. Inspection refers to conducting timely checks towards the outcome of a sprint goal to detect undesirable variances. This means that we're always checking in on our progress and deliverables so that we can detect any undesirable changes. When teams work in an agile way, a stakeholder review of their work is a necessary opportunity for growth and progress. The more inspections that take place, the more improvement a team experiences in their work. There's real value to be gained from deliberate inspection while you have a chance to change and improve. Inspection also propels our next pillar, adaptation. Adaptation means that we're continuously searching for ways to adjust our project, product, or processes to minimize any further deviation or issues. In Scrum, and in Agile as a whole, for that matter, we embrace change so that we are always improving. So when we adapt, we change aspects that do not work or could be better. Transparency and inspection gives Scrum teams the information and opportunity they need to identify improvements or changes. Although adaptation includes immediate fixes to problems, it may also be about implementing a change so future projects don't repeat past mistakes. Now you know the 3 pillars that act as a foundation to Scrum: transparency, inspection, and adaptation. In the next video, we'll visit the 5 values that all Scrum teams adhere to. Meet you there.